This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, just about 6:53. That means it's time to get you ready to take on your Tuesday here in the morning sprint.
Mark Peterson with what to expect for your Valentine's Day.
Destiny Richards is live at the Kroc Center with details on how you can get involved in the Families Feeding Families food drive.
But first, at least 3 people have been killed in a mass shooting at Michigan State University. Let's get to Sydney Charles with the details.
Police confirmed this morning that the 3 people killed are MSU students. 5 other MSU students were injured in this shooting, and they remain in critical condition this morning. The man's name accused in this shooting is Anthony McCray. The shooting began Monday night at an academic building and later moved to the nearby Student Union, a popular gathering spot for students to eat or study. After a brief manhunt, police say McCray shot himself off campus. He has no ties to MSU, and authorities have yet to uncover a motive. The very latest on this shooting is coming up next on Good Morning America.
All right, good morning, everybody. And our First Alert Weather, and that First Alert Weather app had these flurries perfectly. 28 with still some very light snow into Coeur d'Alene. We've got 27 degrees and, again, some patchy clouds above Spokane. Doppler radar, we see it moving south now, kicking east a little bit, so we're still not out of the flurry range. We're going to see for today temperatures that are going to warm up. We're going to be in the upper 30s throughout much of the region.
Questions about the future of Social Security, border security, and the debt ceiling filled the community center in Roselia yesterday, where U.S. Representative Cathy McMorris Rodgers was on hand to try to provide answers. She also answered questions from farmers about redefining the waters of the United States and her plans to cut spending in Washington, D.C. It's part of the Congresswoman's town hall meetings planned for Eastern Washington. To read more details about what McMorris Rodgers plans are for the future, you can find this story on KXLY.com.
Washington State Commerce Director Lisa Brown announced she is stepping down March 3rd. She's been the head of the department for about 4 years. Brown served as a state representative for Spokane for 2 decades before being appointed to lead the Department of Commerce by Governor Jay Inslee in 2019. In her time as director, Brown expanded the Commerce's community engagement and outreach team.
Northern Quest Resort and Casino announced its first lineup of performers for its outdoor summer concert series. This year's lineup kicks off with the Avett Brothers on July 14th, then Jason Mraz and his super band just 3 days later. Metal fans can look forward to Ghost with Amon Amarth on August 5th. Also announced in August, Young the Giant with Milky Chance. Toward the end of summer, you can look forward to Foreigner on September the 22nd and Dan and Shay on the 23rd.
Members of the Spokane community are mourning the death of 17-year-old Tyler Rowell, who was shot and killed in the Perry District last Wednesday in a drug deal turned robbery. He was one of 3 people shot at one location that night. His family and friends described Tyler as a funny, energetic, and loving young man whose life was unjustly stolen from him. We met with some of his family members and friends, including Tyler's grandmother, his cousin, his girlfriend, and some of his best friends. Every one of them sharing with us who Tyler was and how much he meant to them. If you'd like to read more or even watch this story online or even find out how to donate to his funeral expenses, find this story on KXLY.com.
And more breaking news this morning. Former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley, who served as United Nations ambassador with the Trump administration, announced she's running for president. She's the first major rival to officially challenge Donald Trump for the GOP nomination in 2024.
This morning, we've been live at the Salvation Army Kroc Center talking about the Families Feeding Families food drive. It's to help out area food banks that run low on donations after the holidays. These will all go to North Idaho food banks, and through that, families will be helped. You can go to our website, KXLY.com, for more information on the types of food donations they're looking for. You can also donate $50, and this is the last day to donate.
A 4 News Now consumer alert. Nearly 500,000 children's activity gyms have been recalled because of a potential choking hazard. Skip Hop's Silver Lining Cloud Activity Gym are being recalled because of the removable raindrop decorations. Those decorations can become detached and become a choking hazard.
Changes to school nutrition standards have helped reduce obesity in children. Researchers found an overall decrease in body mass index from 2005 to 2020 when standards mandated more fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and low-fat dairy products. The new study comes as U.S. leaders consider updates to further limit added sugars and sodium in school meals.
Looking to show your love without breaking the bank for today's holiday? Kristen Mitchell from the website Living Well, Spending Less recommends ditching the traditional restaurant date and spending a romantic evening at home instead. Other tips include recreating a memory like going on a first date, a spot, or have a dream night by making a plan for fun things to do in your future. Back with our final check of weather after this.